Hi guys, this is Cynthia and I'm back with another video. So in today's video I'll be making the highly requested puppy, this one. And my shooting environment today is a little bit different. I'm at home, so please don't mind if it looks a little bit strange or if there's some background noise. So okay, the one I'll be making today, all his legs will be like this. Okay, so let's just get started. Okay, first things first, we're going to do his legs. So I've made mine in white, and this is paw, and in caramel brown. So this is the leg. You'll need 4 of these. So I'll just show you how to make one first. I've removed the white paper so that you can see it properly. So first things first, we need to start off with a magic ring with 6 stitches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a white band. I'm going to wrap this around my hook 2 times to create 3 loops on my hook like that. Okay, and I know some of you have trouble making a magic ring, so like I did in my previous video, I'm just taking a twist tie. I'm going to pull those bands on, or pull that twist tie onto my hook like that. Right, I'm going to just join the ends so that I can pull it aside. So this is the center of your magic ring. So I've pulled this aside. So I want to take one band. I'm going to do a slip stitch. So what I'm going to do with my thumb and my 3rd finger, I'm just going to pull this aside. I'm going to pull up a band, reclaim the end like this, pull this end through that, and that's your first stitch of your magic ring. So this is your slip stitch. So I have another 5 bands here. I need to go back and do 5 more single crochet. So what I'm going to do, pull this, put my hook through the center of that magic ring, single crochet. So the single crochet, pull up the band, pull it through that center of that capping band, replace it on the hook, then pull this band through everything like that. So that's your single crochet. So I need to do it another 4 more times. So once again, back through the center of the magic ring, pull up a band through the center, replace it, and pull this through everything. And I need to do that another 3 times. Pull the band through, place it on your hook, and pull this through everything. Alright, I'm going to go a bit faster now. Taking my band, pull it through, place it, and pull it through everything. So one more time, pull it through the center of my capping band, pull this through, reclaim it on your hook, and pull this through everything. Okay, so when you're done with that, you can just undo this twist tie, take it out. You don't need it anymore until you make another magic ring. And that's your magic ring with 6 stitches. So if you turn it on the side, these teardrop shapes, sorry, I'm right next to an open window, or so there's light coming up from my right side. So there's teardrop shapes here. These are the stitches, and this is where you put your hook in the next round for the other stitches going round. So for round 2 of his paw, what we need to do is we need to increase this by to 12 stitches. So we're just going to do an increase in each stitch all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the first stitch. It's that first teardrop shape. I'm going to put my hook through it like this, and for the first stitch I'm going to do a slip stitch. So I'm taking this just to close up that little gap. I'm pulling it through everything, claiming on my hook, and then pulling this through. So now I'm going to get a stitch marker, which is my seat clip, and I'm going to put this on that band just to mark that this is the first stitch of this round. I'm going to go back through that exact same stitch I just went through. I'm going to do a single crochet. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure I do 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way, or all the rest of the way around. So I'm going through the next stitch. I've already positioned the bands here. So, yep, single crochet, back through. It's another single crochet. So every time I say an increase, it's basically 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So I'm moving on to the next one, and I'm just going to keep doing that. So an increase in each stitch all the way around. I'm going to move a little bit faster. I know that some of you have already made quite a few of my projects, so I don't really want to take too much time, and this dog actually takes quite some time to do. Okay, moving fast, and slow down the video if you need to. If you're a beginner, you're going to find it a little bit difficult to start off with, but once you've got the hang of it, you can make a lot of things. So it's just a matter of patience and a lot of practice. Okay, so now this is the last stitch of this round. Okay, so I've just finished round 2. This has 12 stitches. So let me just finish that up. As you can see, the next stitch has my stitch marker, so this is the end of the round. Okay, so for round 3, this time we're going to increase this to 18 stitches, so we just need a single crochet in this first stitch. In the next stitch we'll do an increase, and then we're just going to repeat that all the way around. So 1 single crochet and 1 increase, 1 in each stitch. So I'll just start off by putting my hook through the first stitch of that round. So single crochet. Okay, I'm removing my stitch marker and putting it on this one, just to mark that it's the first stitch of that round, and the next stitch I'm doing an increase, so that's 2 single crochets in this stitch. Okay, and I'm just going to repeat that same thing all the way around, so you just follow this, go down, so 1, next one I have an increase, okay, just repeat. As you can see, I'm going faster, and like I said, if you need to slow down, it's just that I'm trying to save some time, because this really does take quite a bit of time to do, especially since there's 4 limbs and other things that you'll need to make as well once you're done. Yeah, so like I said, I'm at home, so you can hear noises from outside, like that's my mom laughing. Okay, I have obviously forgotten one more set because I have 2 more stitches. Okay, I shall just get the band. I'm not very organized, sorry about that. Okay, sorry that took so long. So last one. Okay, so this is my round 3, which has 18 stitches. Okay, so we're on to round 4 now, so we need to increase this to 24 stitches. So what we're going to do is a single crochet in the first 2 stitches, followed by an increase, and you're just going to do that all the way around. So going through the first stitch and taking a band, single crochet, and then I'm moving my stitch marker. So this is 1 single crochet. I'm moving on to my next stitch. Okay, then I've got another single crochet. Alright, then next stitch I have an increase since there's 2 bands here. So that's 2 single crochets in this stitch. Okay, so then I'm just going to go through that same pattern all the way round until I'm done. Okay, so I'm done with round 4. This has 24 stitches. Okay, so the next thing we need to do for rounds 5 to 8, we need another 4 rounds of 24 stitches each. So you're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way around 4 times. So I'll do 1 round with you, and the other 3 I'll do it off camera. So let me just start my 5th round. So like I said, it's just a single crochet in each stitch, very easy. So anyway, before I forget, you can actually make your dog any color. Like I made my previous one pink and black, and I'm making this one brown and white. So it's just up to your own creativity or whatever you want to make. Or if you want, you can make his whole leg just one color as well. Okay, so this is my last single crochet of the round. So I just finished round 5, so I'm just going to start off round 6, taking a band, moving my stitch markers. So I'm doing round 6, 7 and 8 off camera, so I'm just going to pause the I'm going to stop my recording here. So just pause your video, and when you finish round 8, just resume the video and we'll continue. So you need just a single crochet in each stitch for each round. Okay, so now we're on to round 9. We want to decrease this to 22 stitches, so you basically want to do 2 decreases. So we'll be doing a single crochet in the first 10 stitches, followed by a decrease over the next 2 stitches, and we're just going to do that twice. So let me just do my first 10 single crochets first. So this is just a single crochet in every stitch 10 times. When we get to the decrease, I'll just show you how to do that slowly. So this is my 10th stitch. So for the 11th and 12th stitch, I want to decrease it. So what you want to do, if you turn this on its side, you can see these 2 stitches. You want to make these 2 stitches into one. I'm not going to put my hook through the whole thing though. I'm just going to put it through the stitch that's closest to me, as in the one band that's closest to me, which is this one. If you can see, this is the back loop only, and this is just so that stitches, the decreases aren't so obvious. And then I'm going to put my hook through the second stitch here, the back loop as well. So I'm going to treat these 2 bands as one stitch. Taking this band, I'm pulling it through those 2 stitches. I'm just joining at the end, and I'm just doing a normal single crochet. So you can see I just joined those 2 stitches into one, and you can't, it's less obvious on the other side. So I'm just going to repeat that one more time, and then I'll get to the decrease again when I'm done with my 10 single crochets. Okay, so I've just finished that single crochet. I'll just show you the decrease again. As you can see, there's 2 stitches. I'm putting my hook through the back loop of one, twisting it, putting it through the back loop of the other. So I've got 2 stitches on my hook, or the back loops of 2 stitches on my hook. Taking this band, pulling it through everything, reclaim and single crochet. So that's my decrease, and I've just finished round 9. Okay, so I've put on the white paper again because we're switching over to my caramel brown, or you can do whatever color you're doing. If you're doing one color, then just stick to one color. So the next thing we want to do is we want to decrease this again. So this will be 20 stitches. So you're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch for 9 times, and then you're going to do a decrease over the 10th and 11th stitch. Okay, so just to join this up, I'm going to do a slip stitch as my first stitch. Alright, then I'm going to do continue on with my single crochets. Okay, everything has unraveled, so just give me a second and let me fix this. Oops. Okay, so just as we did with the round before, we're going to do a decrease in the back loops only, just to make it less visible. Pull this through, join, single crochet as usual. So we continue on. Okay, so I have one decrease in the last 2 stitches of this round. And that's your round 10 done. So round 11 we're going to decrease by 2 again, so we should have 18 stitches by the time we're done. So we're just doing a single crochet in the first 8 stitches and then followed by a decrease. So it's just the same thing, it's just that each round we're decreasing by 2. So we've got to our decrease, the same thing. I just want to decrease in the back loops only, just to try and make it look a bit less obvious. So 2 stitches, join back into 1. and one last decrease. Okay, so this is round 11 with 18 stitches. On to round 12 now. We're going to decrease this by 2 again, so we want to decrease this to 16 stitches. So we're just going to do a single crochet in the first 7 stitches, followed by a decrease over the next 2 stitches. So it's the same thing as before. Like I said, we're just going to keep decreasing by 2 every single time. Okay, so I just finished round 12. This has 18 stitches. Sorry, not 18, 16 stitches. Okay, so round 13 now. Again, we decreased it by 2, so we should be down to 14 stitches this round. We'll do a single crochet in the first 6 stitches, followed by a decrease, and we're just doing that twice. So now that the hole is getting a little bit smaller, it might be a little bit trickier, so you just need to be careful and make sure that you're going through the correct stitches, because sometimes I have a tendency to either skip it or just do the same one if I'm not careful, so just take your time. Okay, so I just finished round 13. This has 14 stitches. So now round 14, we want to decrease it further, so we're doing 12 stitches this round, so it's just 5 single crochet in, and then followed by a decrease, and we're doing that twice. So as you can see, there's a pattern. We're just decreasing 2 times each round until we just come to an absolute close. So that's just to give it that conical shape. And we will stuff it, but I tend to want to just wait for the next round, so I don't need to do it twice, just in case you're wondering. Okay, so this is round 14, which has 12 stitches. Okay, so round 15, we're going to do 10 stitches this round, so 4 single crochets followed by a decrease, and after that we're going to stuff it. I know the lighting kind of changes every now and then. It's because my windows are open. I don't have artificial lighting. Like I said, I'm doing this at home. Hope it doesn't really bother you guys. And I'm also recording with my phone, so it actually might make a difference. Okay, so I've just finished this round, which has 10 stitches. So what I'm going to do, push this further down my hook. I know the opening's a bit small, I just didn't want to do it again. So if you wanted to do it earlier, then yes, by all means, but bands are stretchy. So just get my fiber fill and stuff it. So you don't want to stuff too much that you can see the stuffing through the bands, but just enough that it'll keep its shape. Just might add a bit more. Okay, so that's done. We just have one more round for his leg. Okay, so round 16, as you can see, we're going to reduce it down to 8 stitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take out this C-clip because otherwise it gets a little bit difficult to take it out later. So I'm just going to do a single crochet in the first 3 stitches followed by a decrease, so we should have 8 stitches, and then we'll close it off. I don't want to decrease it any further because it gets a bit difficult, so this is sufficient. I think with yarn it actually might be easier to close it off a bit more, but with the bands it's a bit trickier. Okay, so I'm done. This is how I'm going to close it off. As you can see, there's a huge gaping gap there. I'm just going to put my hook through the band opposite. I'm going to take a band and I'm just going to do a slip stitch just to close it off. And I'm pulling this tight and I'm putting this away. So what you need to do is you actually need to make 4 of these, as I mentioned earlier. So after you finish this one, go back to the beginning of this video, make another one, and then go back to the beginning, play it through, because I have one eye and one ear to make, and once you've done that you can repeat it again, and that should be the most efficient way to do it. Okay, so the next thing we're doing are his ears. I'm doing mine in black, so it's the same thing as before. Hold on, let me get my twist tie. Okay, So we're making a magic ring with 6 stitches. So once again, I'm just wrapping this band around my hook 2 times to create 3 loops, and I'm going to insert this twist tie, and I honestly believe this is the trickiest part. Right, pull it down the middle, put it aside. I'm going to pull this through, and I'm going to do 1 slip stitch. Alright, then I'm going to go back through the center and I'm going to do 5 single crochet. Just use that twist tie to help you pull open the center of that magic ring so you don't lose it. Okay, once the magic ring is done, you can just take this out. You might need to adjust the stitches a little bit. Okay, so that's your magic ring with 6 stitches. So for round 2 of the ear, we're going to increase in every stitch to make 12 stitches. So once again, just to close this gap, the first stitch I want to make is going to be a slip stitch. Just to close it up. Going back through that stitch with another single crochet, and then I'm just going to do an increase in each stitch all the way around. Okay, so I just finished round 2. This has 12 stitches. So we're on to round 3 now. So we're just going to increase this to 18 stitches. So we're just going to do a single crochet in the first stitch, followed by an increase in the next one. And we're just doing that all the way around. Next stitch I have an increase. Just keep going, so you're just doing 1 single crochet followed by an increase. Okay, so I just finished my round 3, which has 18 stitches. Now we're doing rounds 4 to 7, so we're doing a single crochet in each stitch for 4 rounds, so we're going to have 18 stitches in each round. So I'm just going to do the first round with you as usual. So I'm starting my round 4. So all of these rounds have 18 stitches, so you just want to do 4 of them. It's very simple. No increases or decreases necessary. So I just completed my round 4. Let me just start my round 5. So I'm going to do rounds 5, 6 and 7 off camera. So just pause your video. I'm going to stop the recording and then just resume once you finished round 7. So each of them should have 18 stitches. Okay, so now we're on round 8. So round 8 we're decreasing again. So from now on we'll be decreasing two stitches each round. So this round 8 we're decreasing this to 16, so we want to do a single crochet in the first 7 stitches followed by a decrease. So this is what we did with the leg earlier. It'll be the same thing, we're just doing that with the ear now. We're not stuffing the ear, you're just going to flatten it out later. I'll show you once we get there. So for now we just have to start our decreases. So I finished my 7 single crochets, then I'm just going to do the same thing, an invisible decrease. It's harder to see on black, but I'm just doing what I did previously. So that's just going through the back loops of those 2 stitches. And then I just got one more set to go. And my last decrease of this round. So I just finished round 8, which has 16 stitches. On to round 9, we're decreasing again, so we're decreasing this to 14 stitches. So we're just going to do a single crochet in the first 6 stitches, followed by a decrease over the next 2 stitches. And once again, we're just doing that twice. Okay, so 1 decrease. And we're just doing that again. Followed by 1 more decrease in this round. Okay, so we just finished round 9. This has 14 stitches. Round 10 we're decreasing again, so we're decreasing this to 12 stitches. Yep, so anyway, we will do a single crochet in the first 5 stitches followed by a decrease, and we'll just do that 1 more time, so we just do it 2 times in total. Okay, decrease. Okay, so we just finished round 10, which has 12 stitches. Okay, on to round 11, we're decreasing again. So we are decreasing this to 10 stitches. We have a single crochet in the first 4 stitches followed by a decrease. Okay, so this is round 11 with 10 stitches, and we just have one more round. Okay, so for the last round of our ear, we are decreasing this further, so to 8 stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet in the first 3 stitches, followed by a decrease, and after that we're just going to sew it up. So let's just do this first. So the 3 single crochets, and like I said, it starts to get a little bit fiddly at this point because the hole is a bit smaller. Okay, so once I finished that, I'm just going to take out this C-clip, and the next thing I want to do is I actually want to fold it closed, the ear closed like that, so you can see there's stitches on both sides. So I'm just going to go through, it's not very easy to see since it's black, but I'm going to go through the stitches on both sides like that. I'm just going to take up a band and I'm just going to do a slip stitch. Okay, then I'm just going to go through the ones in the middle, do the same thing, pull up band, slip stitch. Okay, then I'm just going to go through one more just at the side here and do one more slip stitch, and I'm just going to pull this tight and I'm going to put it away. Okay, so what you're going to do with your ear, you're going to flatten this part and you can kind of cave it in. So as you can see, this is one side of the ear, and after this we'll continue with an eye. Okay, so now onto eye. I've done this kind of eye before just to show you one side looks like that. So what you need is start off with a white capping band. So you're going to wrap this white band around your hook 3 times to create 4 loops like this. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to chain 3. I kind of laid it out so that you would understand, but I'm not too sure that you would. So anyway, let's just chain 3. 1, oops, I'll do that again. 2, 3, and then the next thing we want to do, the second chain from your hook, you're going to twist your hook and put it through that second chain from your hook. You're going to take a band here, you're going to single crochet, right? Okay, I've got too many bands. Okay, so we're going to go through the next chain, the one with the white capping band, and you're going to single crochet. Okay, what you're going to do now is you're going to put your hook through that same chain again, the one with the white capping band but on the other side, and you're going to single crochet again. So this, you're just trying to wrap this around or keep the white capping band in the center. So I've already turned the eye, so the next chain here, single crochet. Okay, Then you're going to go again, and you're just going to put your hook through the next stitch here, and you're going to tie off with a slip stitch. Okay, slip stitch, tie it tight. This is going to be one of the connectors for your eye. You're going to take this, turn this around. This is your white capping band. Behind it there should be a stitch here, this black stitch here. You're just going to put your hook through that, take another black band, and you're going to tie the other side. So tie another slip stitch so that you can connect your eye later when you do your head. And okay, so now we're done with all the things that you have to make double or quadruple of. So you have to go and complete your legs, 4 legs, 2 ears and 2 eyes, and then we'll be good to go to start off with the head and body. So I'm doing the dog's body completely in caramel brown. So you can do any colors you like, as I mentioned. So we're going to start off with the magic ring with 6 stitches. So once again, we're just taking the band, wrapping around 2 times around your hook, inserting that twist tie, okay. So first stitch of your magic ring, I'm doing a slip stitch, and I'm going to do 5 single crochet. Once you kind of get used to finding out where the center of your magic ring is, you don't really need the twist tie, but I'm just showing you since I know I get a lot of comments from you saying that you don't know how to make the magic ring. This should be helpful. And I'm sure twist ties can be found everywhere, or not, you can use gardening wire or pipe cleaners. Okay, so I'm done with that magic ring. Take this out, and I'm just going to spread out those stitches. So that's my magic ring with 6 stitches. Round 2 of his head, we're going to increase in every stitch, so we need 12 stitches this round. So once again, you did this previously, you're going to do an increase in every stitch. For my first stitch, I'm just going to do a slip stitch just to close it up, and then I'm attaching my C-clip. Okay, going back in with my single crochet, and then I'm just going to quickly do an increase in each stitch, and by quickly I mean as fast as I can, which is not really that fast. Okay, so that's 12 stitches in this round, and we're on round 2. Okay, round 3, we're increasing to 18 stitches, so we will do 1 single crochet in the first stitch followed by an increase, and we'll do that all the way around. Oh no, flying bands. Okay, so I just completed round 3. This has 18 stitches. Moving on to round 4, we need 24 stitches, so we're just going to do a single crochet in the first 2 stitches followed by an increase, and we're doing that all the way around. If you're wondering why my bands keep sliding, it's I'm trying not to pull them too tight, because if you pull them quite tight, they get twisted and then your things go out of shape. So it's best to just pull as lightly as you need, not too much. And that way the gaps won't be big either. Okay, so this is round 4 with 24 stitches. Okay, on to round 5. Now we have to increase it to 30 stitches, so we're doing a single crochet in the first 3 stitches followed by an increase, and we're doing that all the way around. Okay, so that's round 5 with 30 stitches. Okay, so next for round 6 to 14 we need another 8 rounds of 30 stitches each. I know it's quite band intensive, and this is just the head, so I've decided not to lay out in groups. What I've done is I prepared my first round, which I'll do on camera, and these are the first bands of each of the other rounds that I'm going to do off camera. So let me start with my round 6. So once again it's just a single crochet in each stitch for 8 rounds. So yep, just a single crochet in each stitch. And we haven't even gotten to the body yet, so yeah, it gets even more band intensive, but oh well, I guess it's worth it. Looks quite cute. Totally forgot to mention in the first part of the video though that I actually made a bone as well to go with the dog, which I'll do a second part of the video for if you choose to make it, and I suggest you do because it's quite cute. Okay, so this is my round 6. I'm just going to start my round 7. So what I'm going to do from now on is, like, every time I start a new round, I'll just take a band from here. And I'm going to do round 7 to 14 off camera. So that's my remaining 7 rounds of 30 stitches each. So just pause the video here. I'm going to stop the recording and then just resume once you're done with round 14. Okay, so once you finish round 14, you should have something that looks like this. It's a bowl shape. Okay, so for round 15 onwards, we will be decreasing. So for round 15, we will decrease this to 24 stitches. So we're doing a single crochet in the first 3 stitches, followed by a decrease over the next 2 stitches. So let's just do the first 3 single crochet. And then once again, what I'm going to do is decrease in the back loops only. So as you can see, back loop, twist, back loop, and then I'm doing my decrease. Sorry, the lighting's going a little bit crazy because it's getting darker outside, so I'm just going to try and finish up this head before I call it a day. Okay, once again, decrease in the back loops of the next 2 stitches. There is an ant crawling around my paper. I don't know whether you can see it. Yeah, it's there. Then this is the last decrease of this round. Okay, so this is round 15, which has 24 stitches. On to round 16, we're decreasing again, so we're decreasing this to 18 stitches, and then after that we'll be stuffing it. So we're going to do a single crochet in the first 2 stitches and a decrease over the next 2, and we're just going to do that until we finish the round. Okay, this is round 16 done. I'm just going to stuff it, so I'm just going to push this band further down my hook and get my fiber fill. Remember, just make sure you don't overstuff, you just need it to hold its shape. I'm just going to put a bit more. How much you put also depends on the material of your fiber fill and how dense it is. So I don't need to put much, and then we can just move on. Round 17, we're going to decrease to 12 stitches. So what we're going to do is a single crochet in the first stitch, followed by a decrease over the next 2 stitches, and we're just doing that all the way around. Now, since you've already stuffed the head, just be careful you don't catch the stuffing, the fiber fill, with your hook. Sometimes I tend to do that. Just try and be neat. Okay, so this is round 17 with 12 stitches. Okay, so on round 18 now, which is the last round for the head, we just want to close off this thing. So we need 6 stitches, so we're just going to do decreases 6 times. And before we do that, I'm just going to take out the C-clip first, so it doesn't get tangled inside. And from now, you're just going to do decreases over the next 2 stitches all the way around until, yeah, your bands are finished. I have one extra there as my tying off band. Just be careful not to catch the fiber fill. Oops. There are birds outside my window as well, so if you hear them singing, don't be alarmed. Okay, so that's round 18 done. So as we did with the leg, I'm just going to go through the band opposite here, and I'm just going to pull up a band and slip stitch. I'm just going to pull this tight. Okay, so that's your head done. You can put it aside, and we can move on to his mouth. Okay, so we're doing the mouth now, and if the lighting has changed, I'm doing this next day actually. So we're going to start off once again with a magic ring with 6 stitches. So taking my brown band, I'm going to wrap this around my hook 2 times to create 3 loops. Yes, I forgot my twist tie. My first stitch will be a slip stitch and 5 single crochet. So as you can see, most of the things that we're doing in a round all starts with this magic ring. Okay, once I'm done, taking this out and spreading it out. So that's my magic ring with 6 stitches. Okay, so for round 2, we're increasing this to 12 stitches. So as usual, we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. So I'm going to start off with a slip stitch in my first stitch. Putting in my stitch marker, and then I'm going back through that same stitch, single crochet, and then from now on it's 2 single crochets in each stitch. Okay, so this is round 2 with 12 stitches. Okay, round 3 now we're increasing to 18 stitches, so we're going to do single crochet in the first stitch and then followed by an increase, and we're doing that all the way around. Oh, there's even more shadows today. Hope you don't mind. It's a bit dark outside. Oh, yes, I forgot to say, if you wanted the mouth a different color, you can do it, but I'm doing it in the same caramel brown. Okay, so this is round 3 with 18 stitches. Okay, next thing, rounds 4 to 15, we need another 12 rounds of 18 stitches each. So once again, I've just put enough for one round, and these are just to mark the extra rounds I'm going to do. So I'm just going to do round 4 with you. So it's a single crochet in each stitch for the entire round. Yeah, the TV noise is a bit noisy. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is my round 4 done. I'm just going to start off round 5. So every time I start a new round, I'm just going to take a band from here, and then I'm just going to finish off my rounds 5 to 15. So just pause the recording here. Finish up until your round 15, so you're doing a single crochet in each stitch for until you finish round 15, and then resume the video once you're done. Okay, so I've just finished my round 15, so you have something that looks like this. You want to stuff it now, and if there's more shadows, I've just on my camera flash, not my phone flash. So I'm grabbing fiber fill. I've got too much here anyway. You don't want to stuff it too much because you're actually going to bend it and attach it to his head, but just enough so that it will just keep the shape. Okay, this should be sufficient. If it's still a little bit, there's still some space, it's okay, you can just leave it, and then we can just move on to the next round. Okay, so round 16 we're going to start decreasing, so we want to decrease this to 12 stitches. So we're just going to do a single crochet in the first stitch followed by a decrease. And we're doing that all the way around. Okay, one more time. Okay, so I just finished round 16 with 12 stitches. Okay, so for round 17 we're going to close this up, so we're going to do decrease it to 6 stitches, so we're just decreasing all the way around and we'll tie it off. I'm going to take out this C-clip as I usually do for the last round, so I'm just going to start decreasing all the way around until I finished my bands. Be careful not to snag the fiber fill. Okay, so I finished that round, so I'm going to tie off. And once I tie off again, I'm just going to go through, put my hook through the opposite stitches, and I'm just going to pull this through everything and slip stitch. Okay, so that's your mouth done. You can, we'll attach everything later, so we'll just move on to the body. So for the body, we're going to start this whole painful process all over again. So let's just start off with the magic ring with 6 stitches. So wrapping this around my hook 2 times to create 3 loops. I'm putting in the twist tie just to help me. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab a band, slip stitch, and then I'm going to do 5 single crochet. So if by now you're used to making your magic rings, you don't need the twist tie. As long as you know where the center of the capping band is, you shouldn't have a problem, and it gets easier once you do more stitches so that you can see that center more easily. Okay, I'm done, so take this out, adjust the stitches, and that's your magic ring with 6 stitches. So round 2, once again, we're going to increase this to 12 stitches, so we're just going to do an increase in every round. Not every round, sorry, an increase in every stitch for the entire round. So once again, I'm just going to start off the round with 1 slip stitch. Okay, same stitch, single crochet, and then once again, we'll just do 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. So it's an increase in each stitch. Okay, so that's round 2 with 12 stitches. So round 3, we're increasing to 18. So once again, we're just going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then followed by an increase, and we're doing that all the way around. Okay, so this is round 3, which has 18 stitches. Round 4, we're increasing this to 24 stitches, so we're going to do a single crochet in the first 2 stitches followed by an increase, and we're doing that all the way around. Alright, so this is round 24 with, sorry, not round 24, round 4 with 24 stitches. Okay, on to round 5, we're increasing this to 30 stitches, so we need to do a single crochet in the first 3 stitches followed by an increase, and we're doing that all the way around. Apologize if my laying out the bands are it's not very neat, but I hope it does somewhat help in your preparation. Band preparation anyway. Okay, so I just completed round 5. This has 30 stitches. Okay, round 6 we're going to do one more increase, so we're increasing this to 36 stitches. So it's a single crochet in the first 4 stitches followed by an increase, and we're doing that all the way around. Okay, so this is round 6 with 36 stitches. Okay, now round 7 to 14 we need another 8 rounds of 36 stitches. So once again I've prepared one round, and these are the starting bands of each of my other rounds. So I'm just going to do one round with you. So this is my round 7. Single crochet in each stitch. just realized I prepared 30 bands, so I'm missing 6, so let me just grab some more. Okay, so this is my last stitch for round 7, so I'm just going to start round 8, and I'm going to do rounds 8 to 14 off camera, so just pause the video here, and when you're done with round 14, then just resume back the video. So it's just a single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so now round 15, what we're going to do is we're going to decrease this to 30 stitches. So we're just going to decrease 6 times, or no, we're not going to, yeah, we are going to decrease 6 times. So what we're going to do is a single crochet in the first stitch followed by a decrease over the next 2 stitches. So we're going to do that 6 times followed by 18 single crochet after that. So we'll start from the top here. So decrease. Okay, let me just put that back on. Okay, so we've done those 6 single crochets followed by the decrease. So what we want to do now is a single crochet in the next 18 stitches. Okay, I've missed out something somewhere, just let me check. Okay, so I've somehow missed out 1 stitch and I have 3 stitches left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to decrease all this in 1, Okay, let me just figure out what I did wrong and then I'll just get back to you. Okay guys, I totally figured out what I did wrong previously. Okay, for the previous round of 15, I actually only prepared 5 sets. There's supposed to be 6, so that's where I went wrong. Okay, anyway, I will write the notes before showing this, so hopefully it won't happen to you. So anyway, we're round 16 now, so we're decreasing this to 30 stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to decrease 6 times. So these are the decreases, followed by 18 single crochet. So let's just start off with the decrease. I'm just going to do 6 in a row. Oh, sorry, I said something wrong. I said 30, it's supposed to be decreased to 24. Guess it's just not my day today. Keep messing up. Okay, so I'm done with the decreases, so I'm just going to start off the single crochets. So you're doing 18. Hopefully I didn't mess up this time. Okay, it's really starting to get dark outside, so I'll just try and adjust the lighting. If not, I'll try to find a way to edit it. Or hopefully this is sufficient. Oops. Okay, so this is round 16 with 24 stitches. Okay, so now we need, for rounds 17 to 21, we need another 5 rounds of 24 stitches each. So we're going to go around with a single crochet all the way around. I'm going to do 1 stack with you. Oops. Definitely not my day today. Okay, it's raining really heavily, so it's noisy, you know why. Okay, so this is my round 17. I'm gonna start round 18. Okay, so once again, just pause the video here and complete up to your round 21, so 18 to 21, and resume the video once you're done. Okay, so round 22, we're going to decrease to 18 stitches, so we're just going to do a single crochet in the first 2 stitches, followed by a decrease all the way around. So we're starting to close it up. You should have something that looks like this. And once we're done with this round, we can stuff it. Okay, so this is round 22, which has 18 stitches. So once again, I'm just going to push this band further down my hook and I'm going to stuff it. Sorry, camera is moving. Or more like my phone is moving. Okay, it has completely swiveled around, but it's okay. Okay, I'm just going to add a bit more. Okay, so this is round 22 with 18 stitches. Okay, so round 23 we're decreasing to 12 stitches, so it's single crochet in the first stitch followed by a decrease, and we're doing that all the way around. I'm hoping that if I put this here you'll be able to see. It's easier for me to rest it down. Okay, so this is round 23 with 12 stitches. Okay, so last round for the body, we're going to close this up, so we need 6 stitches for round 24, so we're just going to do 6 decreases and tie it off. So once again, I'm just going to take this out and I'm just going to decrease all the way. Okay, so I'm going to go through the stitch opposite and I'm going to close it up with a slip stitch. So I'm just going to pull it through everything and then pull this tight. Okay, so now we're done with the body. We're just going to make his nose and then we can assemble everything. Okay guys, so the lighting has changed. It's like super dark, so I'm using my phone flash. It's going to be a bit harsh, just bear with me. We're just going to make the tail of the dog. So what we're going to do is we need a magic ring with 4 stitches. So I've got my band here, my black band. I'm going to wrap it around 2 times to create 3 loops. Not that, I know my hands look ugly, just bear with me. Alright, taking my twist tie again, I'm just going to slot this in. Okay, fold it to open up this thing. So I have a slip stitch in my first stitch. As my first stitch, sorry, I'm going back through and I'm going to do 3 single crochet. So this will be my magic ring with 4 stitches. Once I'm done with that, I can just take out this twist tie. And if you're used to doing Loomigurumi, you don't need this. This is just to make things easier for people who haven't done it before. Okay, so for the second round of his tail, we're just going to increase this to 6 stitches. So we're doing a single crochet in the first stitch and then followed by an increase, and so I'm going to go through the first stitch of that round. I'm going to do a slip stitch. Right, then I'm just going to get my C-clip and I'm going to mark that band. Okay, then I'm just going to go around. So next stitch will be an increase. Okay, and then the next stitch we have 1 single crochet. When the stitches are a bit small, it's a bit difficult to find them. Next stitch we have an increase. Okay, so this is my second round of the tail. It has 6 stitches. Okay, so for rounds 3 to 5, so 3, 4, and 5, we need 3 rounds of 6 stitches each. If you want to make the tail shorter, then just make it just 2 rounds. If you want to make it longer, obviously you can increase the rounds, but I'm just going to do like a medium stubby length one. So I'm just going to do 3 rounds of 6 stitches each. So I'm just going to do everything on camera since 6 stitches is quite quick. So you're just going to go and do a single crochet in each stitch for 3 rounds, or like I said, if you want a shorter tail, 2 will be enough. If you want something longer, you can do more by all means. I know it's not really easy to see in this kind of lighting, especially because of the flash. Yeah, but hopefully you know what I'm doing. Okay, I have one more round. If you want a shorter tail, just stop here. Don't pull your bands like what I'm doing. My C-clip is a bit broken. Okay, so with this last band, I'm actually just gonna slip stitch, close and pull this tight, and then we're done with the tail. We can just move on to the nose and attach, and we should be done. Okay, so the next thing I want to make is his nose before we start putting it together. So what I'm going to do, I'm taking a black band. I'm going to wrap this around my hook twice to create 3 loops. This is the capping band, and I'm going to chain 3 times. So I've got 3 bands here. I'm going to take a band, I'm going to pull it through the capping band and then replace it on my hook like this. So this is one. I'm going to do it another 2 times. So I'm just pulling this band like that. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Like that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to twist my hook and put it through this second chain from my hook. Like that. I'm going to take another band, I'm going to single crochet. So I'm taking this band, I'm pulling it through that chain, reclaiming it, and then pulling through everything. Then I've got one more chain, so I'm just going to go down and do that again. So single crochet. Like that. Alright, so I'm just going to go through that same chain again, and I'm going to tie it off. So I'm taking another band, and then I'm gonna tie off like that. Alright, and I'm gonna go through the other side that doesn't have this band, this side, so these 2 bands here. I'm gonna take another tying off band, and I'm just going to slip stitch. Okay, pull this tight, and then this will be his nose. Okay, now we're just gonna start the grueling task of assembling everything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm taking the head, this is the head, and I'm going to take the snout, which is this one. I'm just going to hide this band inside, so I'm just going to put my hook through and then just pull this and hide it inside. Okay. What you want to do is you want to find the head. This is the top of the head, this is the bottom, it's just the ugly part. You are going to press this against the head like this, so this will become the snout, and you're just going to slip stitch all the way around. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky, so don't mind me if it's going to look a little bit ugly. So just put your hook through the bands in the head and in the snout, and then you're just going to take your bands and you're going to slip stitch all the way around, just so that you connect it, the snout to the head. So just remember, keep it flat, go through the bands in the head and in the snout, and slip stitch all the way around. Okay, I'm just connecting this one first, and then we'll just do connect all the big parts first, and then we'll do the smaller ones. Okay, as you can see, I'm just attaching by doing slip stitches. Okay, and I'm pulling out some of the stuffing. Please don't do that. I'm just doing it for the sake of time. In fact, I might just stop the video and halfway and just finish it off camera. Okay, I think that's the better option. I'll just do that. So after this one, oops. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the recording here. You just want to attach it all the way around, and then I'll come back to you when I'm done. So I've attached this snout on. It looks a little bit lopsided, but I'm alright with it. So this is the last one. I'm just going to tie a slip stitch, pull it tight, and just for security purposes, and just because I have too many clips, I'm just going to clip this on, and then I'm going to use it to push it to hide inside the head. Okay, so that's the head and the snout, and then I'm just going to attach the head to the body. So getting the body now, so this is the body, it's this curved shape that you're going to attach the head here, and this will be for the legs. So I'm just, once again, I'm just going to hide this band. You don't really need to, but alright. So you're taking the head and then you're going to attach it to the body like this. Okay, same thing. You're just going to go through the bands in the head and in the body. Getting my bands, and then I'm just going to slip stitch all the way around just to attach it. Alright, now I'm just going to do a few stitches in the same thing. I'm just going to stop the recording and then do this off camera so that it doesn't look too lopsided. It's easier to do it on your lap, honestly, I think. And just make sure that it doesn't twist. And honestly, attaching is my least favorite part of this. Okay, so anyway, like I said, I'm just going to stop here. I'm going to finish it off camera, so I'm just going to pause the recording here, and I will just do one round, and I'll come back to you once the head is attached to the body. So I finished attaching the head to the body. Same thing, I've actually finished it off with a slip stitch here, and I'm just going to pull this tight, and because I have a lot of clips, I'm just going to waste one and hook that, and then I'm just going to use it to push it in to the body. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to attach all the legs. So I'm just going to take a leg. All four are the same. Let me just attach the front one. So this one looks similar to the unicorn one, if you've done it, and Eeyore as well. So same thing, I just want to hide this band. And because the top of the leg is quite narrow, it's quite fast to attach. So you just want to position it, and you just want to go through the body bands and the top of the legs and slip stitch all the way around. So I'll just finish this leg because it's quite quick to do since the top is very narrow. Okay, I know I'm not very neat. Try and be neater. I'm just trying to finish this quickly. Okay, so I've done that. I'm pulling it tight. Same thing. I'm just going to grab a clip. You can wrap it around the leg if you want, but I'm just finding ways to use up the clips. Okay, so that's one leg attached. You can attach one on the other side, and then the back ones, it's up to you how you want to attach it, either facing back like this or the front, is up to you. So I'm just going to go off camera. I'm just going to attach the rest of my legs. Like I said, it depends on you how you want to attach the back ones, and then I'll come back to you once I'm done. Okay, so this is my dog. I've attached his legs back because I think it's cuter that way, and yeah, one of my legs is a different color. So anyway, let's just move on. We're gonna do his ears now. He's gonna attach his ears. So I'm gonna hide this band again. Okay. Blah. Okay, I seriously hate attaching. Alright, so I'm just going to flatten out the ear. It's going to be like that. And I'm just going to place it on his head, just like this. Let me just turn him around. And this is a little bit easier to slip stitch. So you're just going to go through the headbands and the black bands here. I'm going to slip stitch with black. Okay, then you're just going to go along this top line, so this one is easier, you don't have to go round. Actually, you don't need to hide that band. Never mind, on the other side of the ear I'm just going to do something different. Just going to go through one more here. Then once again I'm just going to attach a clip. I'm just going to hide it underneath. Okay, I'm just going to clip this one as well, I think. Why'd I clip it? Because it's like easier to push in and hide. Okay, so that's one ear. So as I was saying that you don't actually need to hide this band, so what you can do is start with this band. I should have thought about that earlier. So I'm just going to put my hook through. I'm going to place his ear. I might have placed it a bit too high on his head, but that's alright. So I can just start attaching from here. Oops. Oh no. Okay, I think since I pulled that band tight, I'll probably have to hide it. I'm just going to clip the other side as well. Okay, so his ears are attached. Let me just turn him around. Alright, next thing I want to do is I want to attach his eyes. So just grab his eyes. His eyes are also relatively easy. So you want the white part of the pupil on top. You position his eye, and you're just going to pull the bands through. So just put your hook into the head, pull one side of the eye band through. Okay, I've pulled out the stuffing again. Okay. I'm going to just slip stitch here. So I'm just going to go one through the other like that. And then once again, I've got my trusty clips, or actually you don't need to clip. What you can do is just put this around like that. If there's any loose parts, you can just clip it and push it in. And you want to do the same thing with the other eye. Not sure whether you can see what I'm doing, but basically I'm just going to slip stitch, or slip stitch that one, and then I'm just pulling the band over the eye just like that. Okay, next we have the nose. Same thing, you're just going to position the nose. This will be the same as attaching the eye. I'm just going to put my hook through and pull the band through. So I'm pulling this side through like that, and I'm just going to slip stitch with this side. Let me do that again. Slip stitch. Okay, let me do it again. Okay, then I'm just going to wrap this around the nose like that. Okay, so that's the nose attached. Next thing, and the last thing, thank goodness, we have the tail. So you're just going to turn him around. Okay, and where you position his tail, it's really up to you. I'm just going to position it like there. So, sorry, let me just hide this band. Okay, so I'm putting the tail on his back side like that, and same thing, I'm just going to slip stitch in black. Okay, I'm just gonna wrap this loose end around his tail. Okay, so I'm done. This is my final product. This is the brown dog. And then let's just bring his brother, the pink one that I did here. And the pink guy's back legs are different. I didn't really like it. I preferred this one, so I've changed it. So these are the two dogs. I hope you like this tutorial. I know it was a long time in coming, but at least I've completed it, and hopefully I'll get back to filming more often. My biggest problem was I didn't know, as you can see, I'm back in my office filming it. I didn't have a proper location to film without having this irritating sound. So anyway, that's a long rant or a long-winded conversation. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hopefully I'll get more videos up. If you guys don't mind the sound, then I don't mind filming here and I can film more often. Do you like this video? Give it a big thumbs up, and in the comments if you'd like to see the tutorial for the bone that I have. For you guys who follow me on Instagram, you know that I've made a bone for the dog as well. Do comment below and I'll get that tutorial up if you guys want to see it, and I'll see you guys for the next video then. Bye!